In the beginning of the drama, we see our female lead, Yugji, sitting in a classroom. She is daydreaming, imagining herself as a surgeon performing an operation. Suddenly, the patient's hand goes up, and she realizes it was only her imagination. In reality, it is her teacher's hand. The teacher scolds her for talking to herself and disturbing the class. After the teacher leaves, Yugji feels sleepy again and thinks, I can't solve these questions like this. She returns to her imaginary operation world, hoping to find hints for the MCQs. One question seems to be about cake, but when she looks carefully at her paper, she realizes it is about something else. She starts marking her answers, but the bell rings. In a hurry, she marks A, B, C, D randomly. The teacher asks her to submit her test paper because time is over now. Yugji doesn't want to return the paper because she has just started marking her answers, but the students collect her paper anyway. The word cake suddenly reminds her that she has to make a cake, and she runs out of the classroom in a hurry. Then we see our male lead, Jian, who is swimming in a pool. After coming out, he tells everyone that he will train them, and we learn that he is actually their trainer. We see Yugji again, who is running from class to go and make a cake. On her way, a boy stops her by holding her bag. His name is Lin. Yugji wishes him a happy birthday, and he thanks her. She tells him they will meet at the party and asks him to inform Shin to come on time. Lin teases her for always being late and asks her to come early today. Yugji laughs and promises that she will come early. Yugji has had a crush on Lin for 5 years, but has never confessed. Lin tells her that he wants to share something he has kept in his heart for a long time. Hearing this, Yugji feels that Lin is going to tell her today that he likes her. Lin then gives her banana milk, saying she must have skipped breakfast. Yugji feels happy, thinking he always notices these things, and Lin leaves. Yugji goes to her dessert shop and starts making the cake while listening to music. As she decorates it, she remembers her memories with Lin from school to college. She tries to make a heart on the cake, but it doesn't turn out well. She finishes decorating and leaves for college with the cake. On her way, Jian is seen coming from the other side on his bicycle. Suddenly, Yugji comes in front of him, and Jian quickly stops his cycle. They come very close to each other and freeze for a moment. Jian speaks, but Yugji can't hear him because of her earphone. He gently removes them and says, "Excuse me." Both of them speak at the same time and say that they were in a hurry, and Yugji starts apologizing. Yugji checks if Jian is okay and asks if his bicycle is fine. She then gives him a candy. Jian resists taking the candy, but she gives it to him anyway and leaves, telling him not to waste it. We then see many students sitting in a hall, listening to the teacher. One girl stands up and says that there is a boy named Jian in their department and that it may be hard to get used to him. Just then, Jian enters. The teacher introduces him as the swimming champion, and all the students get excited. The teacher says that if anyone has questions, they can ask Jian directly. Jian comes to the podium and introduces himself. He says his name is Jian and tells everyone not to feel nervous around him. He says they can ask him anything. The same girl stands up again and says her score was not good. Other students whisper that her marks are actually fine. It is then revealed that her marks dropped in the subject she chose. Jian advises that people should choose subjects they understand and are interested in. He tells the girl to think carefully about what subject she wants to take. Hearing this, the girl becomes angry. When the session ends, Jian leaves the hall, and the girl walks away, still upset. We then see Yugji entering her hostel room. She tells her friend Hua that Lin wants to say something important to her tonight and that she feels he might finally confess. Hua gets excited and says that after so many years, Yugji will finally get her love. Yugji says that Shin is also coming to the party. Hua jokingly asks why Yugji is taking Shin again and says, "Do you want to share your boyfriend?" Yugji replies no and says she has already told Shin that she likes Lin, so Shin will never steal him. Yugji gets ready and leaves with the cake. She stops to look at herself in a shop mirror. Inside the shop, some boys watch her and smile at her cute expression. After she leaves, one boy says she is from another department and mentions her name. Jian says he has seen her before and met her. The boy teases him for knowing a girl from another department. Jian replies that he doesn't know her well and only met her because of an accident. He then looks for the candy she gave him and quietly stares at it. Yugji reaches the party place but finds no one there. Suddenly, Lin comes out, clearly drunk. He slips on an empty bottle and ends up hugging Yugji. He asks her what love feels like. Yugji says her love is him, so how can she explain it? Lin tells her never to fall in love, saying love only brings pain. Yugji realizes she never knew he felt this way. She says it is her fault because she never confessed and asks him what he has decided now. Lin says that earlier he didn't know who he could love, but for the last 2 years, he has known clearly. He says he should have told her earlier, but even though he told everyone else, he couldn't tell his best friend. He then apologizes and reveals that for the past 2 years, he has been in a relationship with Shin. Yugji becomes silent. Lin explains that whenever he tried to tell Yugji, Shin stopped him. Today, when he finally decided to tell the truth, Shin asked for a breakup, saying she wanted to leave because he was going to confess to Yugji. After hearing everything, Yugji calmly says that Shin must have misunderstood her and that this is nothing for her to be upset about. She tells Lin that if he talks to Shin properly and with love, she will understand. Just then, Yugji hears him say, "I like you." Yugji is shocked and reminds him that he just said he loves someone else. When she turns around, she realizes that Lin is actually talking to Shin on the phone. He tells Shin that he has told Yugji everything and that Yugji is not even angry, so everything should be fine now. As he starts leaving while still on the call, Yugji tries to stop him, but he says he needs to talk to Shin and walks away. As soon as he leaves, Yugji breaks down and starts crying. We then see a flashback from 2 years ago when Yugji introduced Shin to Lin after Shin transferred from another school. The 3 of them celebrate a birthday together. Lin wishes that they always celebrate birthdays together every year. A teacher suddenly comes to check who is there so late. Lin tells them to quickly eat the cake before getting caught and says that Yugji worked very hard on it. They eat the cake happily. Yugji had already told Shin that she liked Lin. In the present, Lin is still on the phone with Shin, asking her to meet and talk. Yugji is sitting alone, eating the cake, crying, and drinking. Slowly, she lays her head down. After some time, Hua comes there and says that Lin told her Yugji was here. Seeing Hua, Yugji cries more and hugs her. Hua takes her to the washroom, where Yugji throws up. While crying, Yugji says that Lin loved Shin for 2 years, while she has liked him for 5. She asks what she should do. Hua says she already knew Shin would take him away. Yugji feels completely lost. Hua tells her that she has only 2 choices now, either win Lin back or find a nice, good-looking boy and live happily so everyone can see she is happy too. Yugji likes this idea. Yugji looks for her phone and Hua gives it to her. After unlocking it, she starts scrolling through good-looking boys from their college. Jian's picture appears as well. Seeing it, Yugji says she likes him and will make him hurt. While talking, she is about to step out of the washroom when she sees many boys standing outside. She gets scared and quickly shuts the door. Later, Yugji comes out of her hostel room and says that the weather is really nice. Suddenly, some girls come up to her and ask how she can like Jian, saying he will obviously reject her. Yugji gets confused and says she doesn't even know who Jian is. She quickly goes back inside and closes the door. She starts remembering what happened the night before when she was drunk. In her imagination, when she opens the door again, she sees many boys standing outside. She thinks she is imagining it because she drank too much. Hua says she hasn't drunk anything, but she can also see the boys. Yugji is about to close the washroom door again when she hears someone say, "Jian, you heard everything, right? How she was searching for you and saying she likes you and will make you hers." Jian comes out and says that yes, he heard everything. He looks at Yugji and says, "Let's go from here." Seeing him, Yugji finally realizes that she had entered the boys' washroom by mistake. Remembering everything from last night, Yugji quickly calls Hua and starts panicking. Hua tells her to check the college website. Yugji opens her laptop and sees that her pictures with Jian have gone viral. The photos were taken when Jian was standing near her in the washroom. Yugji sees many comments, with girls saying they saw them together and that Jian was even smiling at her. Feeling embarrassed, Yugji walks to her class while hiding her face. On the way and inside the class, everyone keeps talking about her. A boy comes near her to give her a paper. Yugji immediately thinks he will also talk about Jian, so she loudly says she doesn't know him and has no idea what happened. The boy calmly says he only came to give her the paper and asks why she overreacted like that. Realizing her mistake, Yugji apologizes and leaves. She goes to the swimming pool, thinking she will find Jian there. When she reaches, she sees him lying still in the pool. Thinking he is in danger, she tries to save him. While pulling him out with a stick. She slips and falls into the water. Jian saves her and pulls her out. Yugji scolds him and asks why he was lying in the water like that. Jian says he was just resting and sleeping. Yugji gets shocked and asks how someone can sleep in water. Yugji then tells him that she wants to clear something. She says people are spreading rumors, so they should tell everyone clearly that there is nothing between them. She also says that she doesn't even like him. Jian reminds her that she said she liked him in the washroom. Yugji explains that she said that because she was drunk. Jian asks if she really doesn't like him. Yugji says that if she liked him, she would have dressed up properly, but she didn't even fix her hair. She holds his hand and brings it toward her hair to show this, but he pulls his hand away. Yugji almost slips again, and Jian holds her. While falling, she accidentally touches his chest. Jian warns her and says that since she doesn't like him, if she doesn't move her hand, he will call the police. Yugji quickly steps back. She changes the topic and says his muscles look good and are related to what she studies, so she was just observing. Yugji follows him to the changing room. Jian gives her a towel and points toward the washroom. Yugji gets confused and says there is a difference between male and female, so how can they shower together? Jian turns her face toward the girls' washroom. Feeling embarrassed, Yugji stays quiet. Jian also gives her clothes and tells her to shower quickly so she doesn't get sick. When Yugji comes out, she notices people staring at her again. She doesn't understand why. When she looks back, Jian is walking behind her and they are wearing matching clothes. People start talking again. Yugji walks faster, but Jian keeps the same pace. She turns around and asks why he is following her. Jian replies that he is not following her at all. He tells her that she is so short that even when she runs, to him it looks like she is just walking. Yugji tries to walk faster and tells him not to follow her. Jian walks ahead and she starts hearing people talk. Some girls say that both of them are wearing similar outfits and look like they are dating, while others say that Yugji is desperately following Jian everywhere instead. Feeling embarrassed, Yugji wants to tell them that nothing like this is true and starts running at full speed. Inside the class, the teacher talks about how some students get into relationships and stop focusing on their studies, which affects their marks. All the students look at Yugji. She looks to the side and then behind her, thinking someone must be sitting there, but no one is there. She hides her face, thinking everyone believes she is in a relationship even though she is not. Jian enters the class. The teacher tells him to sit at the back. While going there, Jian stops near Yugji, looks at her, and smiles before sitting down. Yugji and her friend get confused about why he smiled. A flashback of Jian is shown. He joined this class because he got low marks in his social paper. He was told his marks were low because he didn't interact with people and never smile. He argues that he can smile, and to prove it, he joins a class where he knows no one. That is why he took admission in Yugji's department. Back in the present, Yugji notices Jian smiling at her again and feels confused, wondering if she is imagining it or if something is wrong with him. As soon as the class ends, Yugji quickly leaves and goes to her mother's fruit shop. Her mother gives her oranges and suggests inviting Lin too, saying she and Yugji's father always knew Yugji and Lin liked each other since childhood. Yugji is shocked and says he already has a girlfriend. Her mother changes the topic, saying that boy was not right for her and that someone else is meant for her. Yugji hugs her mother. Her father comes in and says they will eat good food today. While Yugji is managing the shop, Jian comes in and asks the price of a fruit. Yugji almost runs after seeing him, but stops herself, thinking it is her shop. Jian says his friends need fruits and asks her to send them to an address. Yugji asks why he joined her class and department. Jian explains that he got low marks in social studies, so he joined her department to improve his interaction and mark. Yugji laughs and tells him to go to another department where students are smarter. Jian refuses and says he won't go there because Lin scores very high there. Hearing his name, Yugji becomes sad. Just then, Yugji sees Lin coming to the shop and hides. Lin enters and asks Jian if he has seen Yugji, since this is her house. Yugji signals Jian not to tell him, but he still does, leaving Yugji no choice but to come out. Lin says he came to invite Yugji for dinner. Yugji tries to refuse, but Jian immediately agrees to go with her. Lin says it's fine if Jian joins. Jian agrees, thinking dinner will help him interact with people. Yugji hesitates but agrees, wanting to make sure Jian doesn't talk about the washroom incident at dinner. All four sit together at a restaurant. While eating, Yugji congratulates Lin and Shin. Lin asks Jian if the dating rumor about him and Yugji is true. Jian says yes, but Yugji immediately denies it, and Jian takes his words back. Shin asks Yugji if she is angry with her, and Yugji calmly says she isn't. Later, Yugji goes to the washroom, and Shin follows. Shin says one should get ready properly for a good date, and gives Yugji a lipstick. Yugji says Shin still carries many lipsticks like before. Shin laughs and says yes, and that she was new back then. She adds that it's good Yugji now likes a popular guy, showing she has moved on. Hearing this, Yugji feels uncomfortable. In her thought, she wants to say that she loved Lin and that Shin took him away. In reality, she only thanks Shin and leaves. While walking back, Yugji keeps looking at Lin and Shin together. Jian keeps calling her, but she doesn't respond. He gently pulls her to his shoulder and tells her to stop looking if she can't handle it. Yugji struggles at first, but then thanks him for saving her from embarrassment. At the college cafe, Yugji notices people staring. She checks her face on her phone, then realizes they are looking at Jian beside her. People whisper that they might have fought, which is why they are sitting apart. While eating fast, Yugji chokes. Jian comes over and gives her a tissue. Everyone watches before he returns to his seat. Yugji writes in her diary that she will bake his friends a cake if he gives her the address, and after that, everything will end. She tries to give him the diary, changes seats, and finally throws it toward him. Some boys ask to sit at Jian's table. Yugji tells them there is space at hers, but people gossip, calling the boys shameless for wanting to sit with Jian's girlfriend. The boys sit at Jian's table instead, and Jian comes to sit with Yugji. The diary stays behind. A boy reads it loudly and hands it to Jian, saying Yugji wants to make him a cake. Everyone hears. Jian smiles and asks why she didn't just message him on WeChat. Yugji says she doesn't have his WeChat. Jian says he'll send his address through a friend. When Yugji reaches the address, the same friend Fong asks her to come in and sing until Jian arrives. Yugji starts singing. Jian arrives with a girl behind him. His friends tell him Yugji is also there. Yugji panics and hides behind the sofa. Jian finds her and asks if she thinks she's invisible here. Yugji stands up and assumes the girl is his girlfriend. The girl comes closer, but Yugji quickly says she's misunderstanding her. The girl introduces herself as Yugji's sister-in-law. Yugji gets shocked hearing this. Jian explains she is his cousin Jia. Yugji tries to explain, but Jia pulls her close and takes a picture anyway. Later, while leaving, Yugji takes a lift. Jian enters and asks her to drop him home because he's been drinking. Yugji agrees. On the way, she asks why he treats her like this. Jian says he treats her like everyone else and that she is just a classmate. They reach the hostel, but the gate is closed. Yugji says she will climb the back wall. As she is climbing, the warden appears and teasingly says that Yugji has come back from a date. She then offers to open the gate. It is revealed that Jian had actually called the warden on his phone. When Jian reaches his hostel, he thinks that Yugji can't sing, can't drive, and doesn't know how to do anything properly. Back at Yuji's hostel, a girl tells her that a rumor has spread that Yugji and Jian went on a date and that he dropped her at the hostel. Yugji becomes very upset. She feels people never say things directly and only whisper behind her back. Even when she covers her ears, she can still hear them. She decides she will do something about it the next day. The next day, Yugji goes to class where Jian is already sitting. She closes the curtains and places an agreement paper in front of him, asking him to sign it. Later, Yugji is at her bakery when some girls come. Some say they like Jian, and others say they like baking like her. Yugji gets annoyed and tells them not to come again. She says she won't answer any questions about her and Jian, and that he doesn't even come here, so she doesn't understand why they keep bothering her. After the girls leave, Jian walks in. Seeing him, Yugji is reminded of a flashback. When she had asked him to sign the agreement to stop the rumors, he had refused, saying he didn't care what people said. Yugji had warned him that if he got a girlfriend in the future, all of this could ruin his relationship, to which Jian replied that he doesn't bring future problems into the present. Yugji says her grades are getting worse because of him. Jian teases her and asks what grades was she getting before. She says AC, and he makes fun of her saying her grades were never good anyway. Frustrated, Yugji starts leaving, but Jian follows her. She asks why he is following her and says more rumors will start if people see them again. Jian says he only came to ask about Yuang because he has an anatomy class with him. Yugji asks if he has had breakfast. He says yes, and she says that's good. She suggests exchanging numbers so they don't meet openly, or people will think they are dating. Suddenly, some girls appear, so Yugji hides her face and sits on a bench. Jian sits beside her to give his number, but seeing more girls, Yugji runs away. They reach the anatomy class. Yugji says no one will talk about them here because Yuang doesn't care about such things. Yuang notices them and jokes that she came on time today with her boyfriend. Yugji quickly says he is not her boyfriend. Jian reminds her she said this was a quiet place, and she says it's not quiet anymore. Yuang starts teaching about the heart. Yugji imagines Jian vomiting since it's his first class. In her imagination, she brings the heart close to him. He vomits, and she takes his picture while laughing. It is then shown this was only in her imagination. In reality, Jian is fine. Yugji asks how he's okay. Yuang says Jian already vomited in the morning, so now he's fine. Yugji laughs. Yuang says it was his mistake to explain things during breakfast. Yugji asks if it was recorded, and Yuang says it might be on camera. Yugji thinks she will get the footage and use it to make Jian sign the agreement. Later, when Yugji is leaving, Jian says they have class today. Yugji says yes. All sections are studying together and questions will be asked. She says she might get nervous. As she leaves, Jian tells her she can do it. When groups are announced, Yugji ends up sitting with Lin and Jian. The first question goes to Yugji, but she gets confused and keeps repeating the same line. Lin answers instead. The class whispers that Lin is her ex and Jian is her current boyfriend, so they wonder why Lin is answering. Embarrassed, Yugji asks for another question, but still can't answer because both boys are beside her. Jian stands to ask a question, but the bell rings. After class, Yugji leaves upset. Lin runs after her, but Shin appears and asks where he is going. He says Yugji left upset, and he wants to comfort her. Shin stops him and says Yugji needs space, and that she also wants to stay away from them. Yugji is sitting alone, looking sad. Jian comes to her and says he knows she could have answered the question. Yugji says everyone thinks she didn't know the answer, so how can he say she did? Jian says he knows she knew the answer. Yugji tells him to leave so no one sees them together. Jian suggests they go out of campus and hang around wherever Yugji wants. Yugji says if they are going to separate anyway, there is no point in going out together. Jian puts his phone in front of her and says they should add each other on WeChat. Yugji adds him, and Jian sends her an emoji. Yugji smiles and replies with another emoji. They go to a furniture store, where Yugji likes a sofa. Jian says it doesn't look expensive. Yugji says it's like his exams, which he says are not that hard. Jian asks why Yugji keeps failing this subject when it is her major. Yugji explains she joined this university and chose this subject because of Lin, as she wanted to study with him, so she followed him here. Since Lin was smart, their classes got separated. Yugji says she is not very talented, but somehow passed the entrance exam. She says exams are easy for someone like Jian because he is naturally smart. She reminds him that he even refused to sign the agreement, and says she will use his vomiting video to force him to sign it. Jian says they should go back. Yugji quickly apologizes and promises not to tell anyone about his vomiting. Jian says it's fine and that he is ready to sign the agreement, either when they return or if she already has it. Yugji says she doesn't have it, so they go back together. Both of them sign the agreement, stating they will not meet in public and will sit far away from each other. After returning to her room, Yugji posts the agreement from her side, but it is still not enough. She goes to Jian, who's in the lab, and asks him to clarify from his side that there is nothing between them. At first, he refuses, but after a lot of convincing, he agrees. When Yugji comes out of the lab, she sees Jian's cousin Jia looking through the window. Yugji calls her from behind. Jia calls Yugji her sister-in-law. Yugji starts to explain, but then tells her not to worry and that everything will be clear soon. She asks if Jia came to meet Yuang. Jia says yes and calls him her boyfriend. When Yugji asks if Yuang is really her boyfriend, Jian comes out and says no. Jia adds that Jian doesn't even know what a relationship is and says Yuang will become her boyfriend now or in the future. Yuang then comes out. Jia starts acting cute and says she wants to be his assistant. Yuang says he already has one. She insists on meeting the assistant and runs inside, while Yugji tries to stop her. Jian suggests they should leave. They hear a scream and run back into the lab. Jia has climbed onto Wang because she got scared of the lab specimen. She feels like vomiting. Wang moves her away and tells her not to vomit on him. While he looks for something, she vomits on the floor and apologizes, saying she will clean it. Yuang tells her to leave and says he will clean it himself. Jia refuses and brings cleaning supplies. She cleans very dramatically, lifting her leg high. Yuang asks why she is cleaning like that. She says she is a dancer and enjoys cleaning this way, and even shows another move. Later, Yugji is in her bakery when Jian comes. She puts a pillow between them and says they need to keep their distance. She says even posting the agreement didn't help. People still say they wear matching clothes, and others say they are lying about not being in a relationship. Jian says instead of helping, this situation has only caused loss. Later, Yugji receives a delivery and struggles to lift it because it is heavy. She sadly thinks that if she had a boyfriend, he could help her. A boy named Zeo appears and starts helping her, saying girls are not as strong as boys. Seeing him, Yugji feels a little flustered. When Yugji reaches her room and opens the package, she finds a sofa inside. She calls Jian and asks if he has sent it. He says yes, because he got tired of sitting on the floor that day, and now he will sit on the sofa whenever he comes. Yugji feels happy, thinking maybe he got it for her. Later, Jian asks Yugji to meet him. Sitting a little far away, he tells her that he made a map and found a place where no one comes and that they can meet there safely. He says there is a way to stop the rumors. When Yugji asks how, he tells her that one of them needs to start dating someone else. Yugji asks if he has found a girlfriend. Jian says no and tells her that she needs to find a guy. She wonders where she will even find one. Jian says he will bring profiles of boys and help her choose. After saying this, he leaves. The next day, he meets her and shows her the profile. While checking them, Yugji also sees Jian's profile. She asks what it means, but he quickly explains that it is only there as a filter. Yugji continues checking and chooses the same boy who helped her lift the sofa. She asks Jian to help arrange the meeting. Jian feels upset but hides it and agrees. After he leaves, Yugji wonders why he seemed angry. Later, Jian starts reading romantic novels to help Yugji prepare. His friend teases him and asks if he has started liking Yugji, but he denies it. He later tells Yugji that she should look into the boy's eyes while talking to make him fall for her. Before leaving, Jian suddenly tells Yugji to wait. When she turns back, he stares into her eyes for a moment, then quickly looks away and says it didn't work. Yugji doesn't understand and leaves for class. She sits in front of Zeo and tries to get his attention. When he looks at her, she stares straight into his eyes. Zeo gets scared and runs away. Yugji messages Jian, saying she thinks she did something wrong. Later, Yugji sits beside Jian looking sad. He tells her he will introduce her to someone so she can understand what love at first sight really is. That person turns out to be Wang. Yugji asks him about love at first sight and whether it was Jia. Wang explains that he liked Jia when he first saw her dancing, but after spending time with her, he realized she was not how he imagined her to be. Yugji asks for advice, and Wang tells her to talk less and smile more. Jia later comes to Wang with flowers, but he refuses to take them. She reminds him that he approached her first. Wang brushes it off and walks into the lab. Remembering Yuji's words that Jia is actually a nice girl and deserves a chance, he hesitates, but still calls security to send her out. Later, Yugji prepares to bake a cake for Zeo while Jian watches. Some cake gets on her nose, and she asks Jian to clean it. As he gently wipes it, his heartbeat starts racing. She thanks him. Yugji then fixes his collar, coming very close again, and his heartbeat speeds up once more. After stepping back, she offers him her drink and tells him not to drink from the side with her lipstick mark, saying it would count as an indirect kiss. Jian imagines himself moving closer to her and almost kissing her, but it is only his imagination. Back in his room, he wonders why he has started liking her. She is not a top student, her grades are average, and she is not extraordinary. Yet he still cannot understand why she matters so much to him. Later, Yugji asks Jian for advice on what to wear. He chooses an outfit that boys don't generally like and tells her that he also has an interview that day. Yugji arrives in the gaming area wearing the clothes he picked. She notices boys looking at her and feels happy, thinking they like her clothes. She goes to Zeo, who gets scared seeing her and says that because of her, he got eliminated during the game and even got hit. Yugji tells him it was not her fault and that he lost because he wasn't paying attention. Yugji argues with Jian when she comes back. She says that because of the clothes he chose, boys ignored her and one even scolded her, but when she started playing with Zeo, he smiled at her and they enjoyed playing together. Zeo also asked to add her on WeChat. We see in a flashback that he says he only adds good players and calls Yugji a pro. When Yugji says he should call her with a cuter name, Zeo jokingly says she can call him Siseo, and he will call her Bro Yugji. Hearing this, Yugji wonders if something is seriously wrong with him, but she only tells Jian good things about Zeo. Jian starts wondering why Zeo treated her so well when he made her do everything opposite. Yugji then decides she will bake a cake for Zeo every day. Jian worries it will affect her studies, but she says she will only do it in her free time. Yugji gets stomach pain while she's sitting in the library later that day. Nearby, seeing Yugji, Lin starts coming towards her, but Shin stops him and says Yugji does not want to meet them. Jian comes and takes Yugji with him. On the way, her stomach hurts again, so she sits down and tells him to leave before anyone sees them together. Jian refuses and stays. Yugji says the doctor told her she doesn't need medicine. Jian asks if she wants soy milk. She agrees and mentions that Lin used to bring it for her. Jian takes her bag and says he will go drop it at the hostel himself and she can come later when she feels better. Yugji tells him that Zeo is not how she imagined him to be. Jian asks if she will still talk to him. She says yes. Back at the hostel, Yuji's friend Hua tells her that Jian dropped her bag and said she had stomach pain. Yugji asks if she should continue talking to Zeo. Hua says something is developing between them and she should not step back. Yugji prepares a cake for Zeo and gives it to Jian so he can give it to Zeo, also wishing him luck for his interview. She asks to see their agreement, but Jian refuses and reminds her that she also has a copy. Yugji says she left hers at home. Jian gives her soy milk and says he made it for her. Yugji tastes it but says it's not the same. Jian keeps changing the ingredients and making it again and again, but each time Yugji finds something wrong. One day in class, Yugji secretly switches the bottle with her cake and tastes it. This time, it tastes perfect. She messages Jian, saying it is exactly how she likes it. Jian feels very happy reading her message. Later, Jian receives a message saying he passed the interview and can join the project immediately. Looking at the soy milk ingredients, he replies that he cannot join yet. The panel says they will wait. Later, Yugji goes to the swimming pool area, looking very angry. The boys nearby fall into the pool when they see her. She asks where Jian is and goes inside to confront him, calling him a liar. She says she used to send cakes for Zeo, but he never received them. She found out when Zeo said he was allergic to mangoes, even though she once made him a mango cake. She asks where the cakes went. Jian admits that he ate them. Yugji says that if he had told her earlier, she would have baked cakes for him as well. Jian says that he also wants a cake. Yugji ignores this and says she hopes his interview goes well so he can leave and the rumors about them can finally end. She reminds him that the contract also said he had to give her an anatomy model. Jian says he will give it if she shows her copy of the contract. She admits she forgot it at home. He says he knows she has lost the contract and that he also lost his copy at the swimming pool, which means the contract is over. Yugji threatens to get his vomiting footage from the CCTV camera. Jian says there is no footage and that Yuang spoke without thinking. He tells her to drop the topic and leave. Yugji walks away angrily. A group of swimming boys block her path, but she glares at them and walks past. Later, Jian sits in the library while people talk about how romantic books make you think about the person you like all the time. Jian keeps thinking about Yugji and wonders why. His friend tells him about an upcoming competition where each department will send 2 participants. He also mentions that the baking club will participate and that Yugji will be there. Jian decides to join as well. Later, Yugji is playing a game with Zeo. After the game, she invites him to join the competition with her. He asks if she really wants him on her team. She says yes and promises to protect him. He agrees. Jian meets Yuang and says he wants to stay away from Yugji, but cannot control himself. Yuang tells him to sit far from her and pretend he hasn't seen her. Yugji and Hua arrive at the hall for the game rule. Pairings for the game will be random. They chat, but notice people staring. Yugji jokingly asks if they look cute. A girl politely asks them to make space. They move aside and sit elsewhere. They later find out she is the campus queen and people were actually looking at her and not them. Jian enters, notices Yugji, but sits beside the queen. People whisper that he used to be the king of the campus. Yugji feels hurt, thinking he also finds the other girl prettier like everyone else. Before pairings, Zeo stands with a question. Yugji expects him to ask to join her team, but he doesn't. Pairings are announced. Yugji hopes for Zeo, but she is paired with Jian. Jian gets upset and leaves. Yugji stands to leave as well, and they bump into each other. He walks away without saying sorry. Yugji calls him rude and sits alone. The campus queen, Mei, approaches Yugji. Yugji recognizes her. Mei asks if she is Jian's girlfriend. Yugji denies it, saying it's just gossip. Mei asks whom Yugji wants to team with. Yugji says Zeo. Mei agrees to help and they add each other on WeChat. Jian meets Yuang again and admits he couldn't stay away from Yugji. He slightly manipulated the pairing system so Yugji ended up on his team. Yuang calls it cheating. Jian denies it, saying he couldn't bear watching her with someone else. Yugji worries that Mei has promised to pair her with Zeo. Will she be able to make it happen? Jian calls her, telling her to meet at their secret spot and drink plenty of water before the match. Yugji asks who paired them and designed such a software, but he ignores her and leaves. Back in his room, Jian makes soy milk for her again. On match day, he waits for Yugji. His cousin Jia asks where Yuang is. Jian says Yuang wasn't coming. Jia says she checked his schedule. Jian asks Jia if she has seen Yugji. Jia says Yugji was with another boy playing the game and leaves to go look for Yuang. Mei arrives and says Yugji requested a teammate change, so she paired with Zeo, leaving Jian with Mei. Jian gets angry. Yugji is happy to be with Zeo, but he barely notices her, which annoys her. She starts attacking enemies on her own. Zeo praises her for defeating a strong opponent, but she stays annoyed. Later, they sit and drink juice. Zeo wants to taste her juice from her straw. Yugji thinks if he does, it's like an indirect kiss. Just then, Jian arrives and points a gun at Zeo. Yugji warns him it's not allowed to shoot here. He tells Zeo to put his drink aside and get his own juice. The four of them sit together, but Jian keeps staring at Yugji and Zeo at Jian. Yugji takes Zeo away. Jia is still searching for Yuang. She looks at his picture and smiles, then trips, injures her foot, and faints on seeing blood. Hearing Yugji is hurt, Jian rushes to her. Yugji says she's fine, but her friends won't let her move. Zeo says she can rest and he'll fight for her. Jian arrives, shoots himself from Zeo's gun to get disqualified, and carries Yugji away. The match continues without them. Yugji's friend Hua and Jian's friend Fong become friends. When Jia wakes and sees Yuang, she's overjoyed and tells him how much she missed him. As Jian walks with Yugji, she says she didn't expect him to pick her up like this. He scolds her gently for being reckless and warns no one would want her as a girlfriend if she keeps doing that. He sets her down and walks beside her. Jia asks Yuang if he ever liked her. She cries, saying she'll stay quiet if he likes quiet girls, and suddenly kisses him. Yuang remembers telling Jian that you should never get physical with a girl you want to push away, but realizes he has crossed that line with Jia. Passing a tent, Jian notices them kissing. Yugji also looks their way, but he quickly covers her eyes, lifts her, and carries her away. He makes her sit in a quiet spot, applies medicine, and gives her soy milk. They talk softly. When he misunderstands something, he turns to ask, what? Seeing him so close, Yugji goes quiet, avoids his eyes, and turns away. Jian notes her shyness. She brushes it off, saying the weather's hot, and tries to leave. He stops her and kisses her. Later, Jia goes shopping with Jian. He asks what kissing feels like. She admits it feels really nice and asks if he saw her with Yuang earlier. Jian goes to his room, gets ready, and thinks he should ask Yugji to go exercise with him. He finds her with Hua, waiting to fill water bottles, and takes the bottles from them. Hua comments that Yugji has changed since the pharmacy. Yugji denies it. Hua asks if anything happened with Jian, but Yugji says nothing. In class, the teacher announces they must practice drawing blood and choose partners. Yugji's friend worries about practicing on each other. Jian appears at the window to return water bottles. The bottles reach Yugji and Hua. Hua smiles, noticing Jian refilled their bottles for them. Outside, Yugji sees Jian talking with Mei. Mei comments that their team could have played better if he stayed. Yugji dislikes seeing him with someone else. Yugji talks to Zeo, who is now her close friend, complaining that Jian stole her first kiss. She says she knows he doesn't love her. Walking together, she accidentally mentions that she once wanted to propose to Zeo. Embarrassed, she denies it and says it's in the past. They're just friends. Zeo teases her, and she laughs. Later, Yuang is having dinner with Jian. Jian happily says Yugji is now his girlfriend. Meanwhile, Yugji is in her room trying to draw blood from her own arm, failing repeatedly with multiple needles. Yugji goes to Yuang, who is with Jia. He tells Jia to leave him alone because she has already given him a watch that tracks him. Jia refuses to go. When Yugji starts to walk away, Yuang notices her arm and asks about it. She says it's nothing, explaining she was practicing on herself. Yuang jokes she shouldn't practice on her boyfriend next. Confused, Yugji asks who her boyfriend is. Yuang says Jian is her boyfriend. Yugji immediately denies it. Yuang insists Jian said she was his girlfriend. Yugji storms off to the swimming area. There, she sees Jian with friends. Hearing them talk about girls' figures, she calls him over. She confronts him, asking why he told Yuang she was his girlfriend. Jian asks casually if they are dating. Yugji denies it, saying a kiss doesn't mean a relationship, and it wasn't out of love. Jian says she's misunderstanding, but Yugji walks away. When he grabs her arm, she feels pain from the spot she injected earlier. Jian asks about her arm, but she doesn't answer and leaves. Later, Jian finds Yuang and Jia arguing. He pulls Jia away and tells Yuang he wants to correct himself. Yugji is not his girlfriend. He makes Jia sit down and explains she shouldn't stay so close to Yuang all the time because it distracts him. Jia wonders if this means he likes her and decides to apologize apologize to him. Jian goes to Yugji, who is in her room. He mentions the form she submitted to practice drawing blood on someone and asks if he's in the right place for that. Yugji gets annoyed, thinking he's teasing her again, but he sits down and stretches out his arm. Yugji hesitates at the first attempt, feeling it must be painful. Jian reassures her. On the second try, she successfully inserts the needle and collects the sample. He tells her not to worry and leaves. Yugji thinks to herself that even though he said it didn't hurt, she knows it must have, and is surprised at how easily he can lie like that. During class, the teacher asks everyone to demonstrate drawing blood on their friends. Yugji reassures her scared friend, saying whoever scores lower will treat the other to lunch. At lunch, her friend praises Yugji for doing it perfectly on the first attempt. Yugji brushes it off. She messages Zeo, saying she did well and asking if she should thank Jian. He suggests baking a cake and leaving it in Jian's locker instead. Elsewhere, Yuang is with Jia, who falls asleep while fishing. He quietly applies medicine to her mosquito bite. Jia smiles, admitting she likes him, and hugs him, praising his kindness. Yugji goes to place the cake in Jian's locker and finds a bottle of soy milk he prepared, with a note about how she can transfer money for it later. She thinks about her earlier anger and decides to apologize. She goes to the swimming area and asks Fong to alert her when Jian arrives. She struggles with this locker's password, and Jian suddenly appears behind her and helps her with the password. She gets surprised seeing him there and explains she came to apologize and leave the cake. He says she could have apologized face to face. She admits she overreacted. He tells her they're just good classmates now, so she should forget the kiss. They shared the kiss because their feelings matched at the moment, not out of love, so he reminds her that her first kiss is still hers. After she leaves, Jian thinks she'll fall in love with him one day. Nearby, students admire a cute robot. Jian picks it up saying it's broken and quickly repairs it, impressing the boy who owns it. Yugji is with Hua, worrying about the cost of buying a skeleton. She messages Fong, asking about dessert orders. Fong only needs a small order of 300 for the swimming club. Yugji feels embarrassed it's so small compared to what Jian would have ordered and decides she'll manage somehow to pay for the skeleton herself. Yuang and Jia sit together. Jia suggests going out, but Yuang can't and instead shows her his schedule, explaining his clinic hours and planned outings for her. Jian arrives at the swimming club, thinking about how he has never showed off his body to Yugji. He notices her approaching. Yugji is irritated by boys taking off their shirts and hides her face. Jian grabs her hand, pulls her into the changing room, and teases her about looking at the boys. She denies it, claiming she was studying muscles. Jian jokingly shows his abs and tells her she can even touch them if her study continues. Yugji feels embarrassed and turns away. She hands him the order she prepared for the swimming club. Jian invites her to a swimming competition on Friday, which Yugji refuses to attend. He walks her out, covering her face from the other boys, and she reminds him he hasn't paid for the order. He promises to pay later as he has no money right now. Yugji returns to her bakery and makes a new skull cake. Mei comes there and suggests going on shopping together. She tries to buy Yuji's cake, but Yugji insists it's for a special person. Mei leaves with the cake and puts money behind. Yugji messages her, warning there's a skeleton inside. Jian and Yuang go gift shopping. They try a claw machine for stuffed rabbits, but fail. A child wins on the first try, frustrating them, while the shopkeeper insists the machine works fine. Later, Jian sees Yugji riding her bike with the skeleton. He teases her about the long distance and offers a ride if she feeds him first. They eat at a restaurant while talking. Yugji asks if he has finally decided to study at this university. He asks if that's what she wanted. She says he always belonged there and praises the university, adding that she would never get such an opportunity. Jian gets frustrated hearing her talk this way. They then travel together in a taxi. On the way, they meet Yuang, who is excited about a candlelight dinner with Jia. Yugji helps him carry his thing. Jian suggests dropping her skeleton at the hostel and tells her to help Yuang instead. Yuang comments on how kind Jian is and advises Yugji to apologize for speaking harshly to him by going to the competition. The swimming competition day arrives. Yugji finds Mei in the crowd and sits with her. The players arrive, and Jian smiles at Yugji. Mei thinks he's smiling at her. The race begins. Halfway through, Yugji is distracted by a message. By the time she looks up, Jian has already won. After the race, she apologizes for not watching. Jian says it's fine and that the next race is longer and she can watch that one. One of his friends mentions how his arm injury might have affected the race today. Yugji immediately remembers and apologizes for causing it. Mei scolds her, but Jian tells her it's none of her business. Yugji hands him biscuits from her bakery. Jian says he also has a gift for her and takes her away. Mei is sitting alone and opens her cake. Seeing the skull, she screams in surprise and draws attention. Jia receives an actual rabbit from Yuang and is thrilled. We see in a flashback that Jian kept trying to win a rabbit for Yugji. After many failed attempts and being scolded by the shopkeeper, he finally won a rabbit and was overjoyed. In the present, Yugji is reading his letter, explaining this stuffed rabbit is a substitute for a real one since hostels don't allow pets, and feels very happy. In class, the teacher announces National Day holidays, with exams after. Jian goes to another university to work on a project in the break. A robot approaches Yugji for a survey, asking about her holiday plan. She replies she will stay home for exam. The robot ignores her friend Hua and walks away, which Hua complains about. Later, Jia and Yuang are at the airport. Yuang is dropping her off for her vacation, and she reminds him to reply on time. Jian is standing nearby with Jia's luggage, complaining that she brought him just to carry the bags. Jia explains she asked Jian to come help with luggage because it was very heavy and Yuang might get hurt carrying it. Yuang asks if Jian has holiday plans. He says his parents are traveling, so he'll stay home. He comments on how much luggage Jia has, and she laughs, saying girls always bring a lot. Meanwhile, Yugji is heading home with Zeo helping her carry a huge load. He jokes that it looks like she brought the entire class. She explains she needs the skeleton model and books to study. The luggage is so heavy he can barely lift it. Zeo walks her home, where her mother is surprised at the amount of stuff and offers him fruit.